Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
It's the end of 1 Samuel.
It sure is.
And we're gonna do a... what's it called?
I think it's called a wrap-up?
Oh yeah, or a summary or whatever.
Whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah.
End of the book.
And a pop quiz.
And a pop quiz.
Are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
Okay.
Alright, let's go do this.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to tell you some things about 1 Samuel.
Okay.
The book of.
The book of.
Yes.
Got it.
It is the story of Israel's transition from a theocracy to a monarchy.
Ah. That's why
Like-
they're so preoccupied with kings and shit.
Right, because remember they used to have judges, right?
Right.
And then the people were like, we want a king. We want a king.
Right.
And so it's their transition from one to the other.
Yeah.
And it's why it's real choppy and weird and not good.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Samuel, the book, the guy.
Yeah. The legend.
Yeah. He represents the old rule of the judges.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Saul represents Israel's failed attempt at monarchy.
Ah, yeah.
Because he's a bad one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then David, who's supposed to be awesome and we're supposed to love him even though we think he's kind of a dick.
Right.
He represents God's ideal king.
I see.
Even though we should keep in mind that God and Samuel were both like, well, we'll let you have a king, but we're not fucking happy about it.
Yeah.
Remember, God told Samuel, they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting me.
Right. So he shouldn't be happy that there's any kings at all.
Exactly.
So, but whatever.
Let people go into
God,
people.
God's gonna, be fickle. So.
Right? Yeah. So that is a large general overview. But
Okay.
now I wanted to kind of do a remember what all happened.
Sure, yeah.
Because I kind of forgot until I did this summary.
Okay, all right.
So remember the book starts out and we had just come out of the book of Ruth, but pretending that doesn't exist.
Sure.
We had just come out of a time of judges.
Right.
And the priesthood in Israel was in a state of decline.
Okay.
Remember? Because there was
bad and good and
but mostly
whatever,
bad
and
judges.
mostly bad, right? Yeah.
And Israel's chief priest at the time was Eli.
Okay.
And then Eli's sons were disobeying God's laws.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Do you remember all this kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, until I do a summary, it's hard to remember what fell in which book.
Right.
So.
And there's lots of names in this book. I mean,
There
or like
are.
in the Bible in general. So names with the Bible are like.
So bad.
Who's that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this really helped me, I think.
Right.
Remember what all happened and who was a key player.
Right.
So remember, Eli's like, my sons are awesome. And the people and God are like, not so much, my guy.
Right, yeah.
And so God declared that he's going to choose a new priest from Israel from outside Eli's family.
Yeah, and it was the chick that begged to have the kid, and then she dropped him on the
Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So God began delivering messages to Samuel, Israel's next judge.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Samuel was born to Hannah, as we just said, who was a previously barren woman. And because she begged God, please let me have a baby. When she finally did, it was Samuel, and she gave him to the church, to Eli.
Right.
To be
right.
raised as a Nazarite.
Yeah.
And then she was able to have children after that.
Right.
Because she, did her promise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Samuel came to be recognized as a prophet throughout Israel.
Okay.
And the Philistine guys, they killed Eli's sons, and they captured the Ark of the Covenant. Do you remember
that's
that?
right. Yeah, and then the plague with the boils and the rats and whatever.
Yeah. So when they captured it, though, Eli fell over dead.
Right. I remember that. That was kind of funny,
That was kind of funny.
The way they just, like...
He just fell over dead.
He just
the
fell
end.
over dead.
Yeah. And, yeah, so there was all that boils and rats and whatever.
Right.
And so then the Ark got returned. Oh, and remember, he knocked over... the Ark supposedly knocked over their precious idol.
Right. And also they sent it back on a wandering cow.
Yeah.
So
they sent it back to Philistine, and after it...
they sent it back
They sent it back to Israel. The Philistines became very sick and all that, and so then they sent it back on a wandering cow.
Right.
And so then the Israelites demanded that Samuel appoint a king.
Right. I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were like, give us a king. Give us a king. And so then God told Samuel who should be the king, and the following day, a man named Saul appeared, and he was inquiring about some lost donkeys.
I remember we thought he was all right at first. Mm-hmm. I thought he was,
Yeah. He's
seemed
just a
okay.
farmer guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like David, just a farmer guy.
Right. Yep.
And then King Saul, even though, so he became king, right?
Right.
And then, even though he was doing a lot of good things in battle, soon he started disobeying God. Remember, he was told, when you do these battle things, defeat all of the people and burn everything.
Right.
But
he was
kept
saving some of the plunder and not following that exactly. So.
Right. That whole thing is supposed to represent the fact that he was choosing his earthly desires to do his religious things, like what he was used to as a normal man, above his godly, kingly duties.
Right. What it brought to my attention was more along the lines of, why the fuck aren't they dying? They're not obeying God.
Yeah.
That would have happened in earlier chapters, in earlier books. So, it's so weird.
Yep.
I'll probably be saying that to the end of the Old Testament, because I'm like, there's multiple different types of gods.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, God led Samuel to the town of Bethlehem to choose a new king, since, Saul wasn't doing good. And then Samuel anointed Jesse's youngest son, David, a shepherd, as king.
Right. Only
that glosses over the fact that there was the two different timelines as to what was happening.
Yeah. That got the First Samuel book off on a really bad track. Mm-hmm. Because what?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Because it was two different stories combined into one.
At least two different stories.
Right. So God withdrew his power from Saul, and he cursed Saul with psychological distress in the form of an evil spirit.
Right, didn't he go loony?
He went loony.
He kind of was ranting and raving.
And then David soothed him with his harp. But not really, but yes he did. But that had already happened, but what?
Sure.
Yeah. Because everything was out of order.
Right.
So the Philistines again threatened to attack Israel. But this time they brought their fun Goliath with them. Right,
and this is where we get into a famous story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
David killed the Goliath, which is just a 9-foot tall guy.
Right.
So super tall. He killed him with a single stone shot from his sling.
Not necessarily killed him, knocked him the fuck out.
Yes.
And then took his head off with a goddamn sword. And then took his head off
with the sword. With the Goliath's own sword.
Was it with Goliath's own sword?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the whole cool thing about David is that, not cool to me, but what they consider cool, is that he had said, no, I don't need any weapons, I don't need any armor.
Right.
And I just have my faith in God. So he went in, that's why him and his slingshot took him down, and then he used Goliath's own sword.
Got it.
To chop off his head.
Okay. All right.
So.
Yep.
That immediately made the people very happy and sing his praises.
Right.
And so Saul became insanely jealous of David.
Right. And yes.
And that's the rest of the book, basically, is,
right.
is Saul.
Spear throwing and, and chasing.
Mm-hmm. Saul's son Jonathan became David's quote-unquote intimate friend.
Right.
Which I think they were lovers, but whatever.
Whatever.
Saul attempted to kill David with a spear.
Multiple times.
Right. And
his son.
He called his son a stupid son of a whore.
Right.
Which was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And then Saul sent David on a suicide mission to kill 100 Philistines.
Yeah.
And David brought back 200 foreskins. So Saul begrudgingly rewarded David with his daughter Michal's hand in marriage.
Right.
And then Michal and Jonathan helped David flee from Saul.
Right.
And then David built an army. And he was joined by a priest.
Yep.
And then Saul pursued David into the desert, and David spared the king's life twice.
Yeah.
Do you remember those 2 times?
Well, the first time he was taking a piss in a cave.
And he chopped off the hem of his robe.
Right. And then the second time, they were sleeping in a camp, and it was night, and they snuck up on him with somebody else that he was with, and they snuck right past all the sleeping people in a circle. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they have no guards guarding their fucking king.
It did mention briefly that God put the whole camp to sleep.
Okay, whatever.
So that Saul and his guy could sneak into David's camp.
Okay.
Or, no, backwards. Sorry. David and his guy could sneak into Saul's camp.
Right. And then they snuck in and, stole his water and...
his spear.
And
The water bottle that was by his head, as well as his spear.
Right.
And both times, David was like, I could have killed you, but I didn't.
I find it interesting the things that God gets involved with and the things that he doesn't get involved with.
Right.
He helps them put people to sleep so they can steal a water bottle and a spear.
Right.
But, I mean, what?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It makes no goddamn sense.
Right.
So both times, David was like, could have killed you, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And both times, Saul expressed remorse and begged for David's mercy.
Yeah, but obviously didn't mean it very well because, he's like, now I'm going to try to kill you again. Every fucking time.
So it's pointed out that David, after the second time, was told by God that you're going to be fine.
Right.
But he did not. This is the beginning of David's
demise.
Yeah. He did not trust God's word. He trusted experience and history and was like, I don't think that Saul is going to stop trying to kill me.
Right.
So he took refuge with the Philistines.
Sure.
And the first time that he did that, remember, he acted cuckoo because the guy, Achish,
right,
he knew was going to recognize him.
Yep.
Or did recognize him.
Right.
So Achish let him go. But then he came back again, and it was either the Achish or his son or somebody didn't recognize him and was thought he was all that in a bag of chips.
Right.
And let David stick around.
But they did know he was an Israelite, though, right?
They knew he was an Israelite, but they thought that he was betraying the Israelites. So
right.
Achish was like, that is so fucking awesome. He's going to do great for us because, he is actually from an Israelite, so God is going to be on our side.
Right.
And the men are going to be behind us because we've got an Israelite with us.
Not only an Israelite, but David.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Right.
And David kept killing Philistines, but telling them, JK, I'm really killing Israelites.
Right.
And Achish believed him, but Achish's guys did not.
Right.
So Saul was like, this cannot stand with these Philistines and David over there and all that. So he consulted the Witch of Endor.
Which is the best name ever.
I know. That needs to be a story. It needs to be a movie.
Definitely.
I need to see this happen.
Right.
And he bade the spirit medium to conjure up Samuel's ghost.
Yep.
And Samuel's ghost was like, you gonna die. And
right.
your kids are gonna
Which
die.
ended up being correct.
And that is exactly what happened. And they died fighting the Philistines.
Since it was correct, I guess that makes the Witch of Endor a prophet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if it's correct, then you are in God's favor.
Except that she did not say those words. Samuel did. She merely conjured him up.
Fair enough.
And that's how the Bible was mean to her and did not include her as a prophet. But they really should have.
Got it. Yeah.
So, at the end of that, the Philistines are winning, and Saul is like, oh shit, and he's like, kill me so that they don't get me, and his arms bearer was like, not so much, I'm not going to kill you.
Right.
So then Saul fell on his own sword, and then his arms bearer fell on his own sword, and all his kids had died, and that's the end of 1 Samuel.
Okay. All right, yeah.
So now that we are caught up on all that, are you ready for a 20-question pop quiz?
I am ready. Let's give this a shot. See how shitty I can do this time.
Who taunted Hannah about her inability to have children? Multiple choice.
Hannah.
This is Saul's mom.
Okay. All right.
Leah, Peninnah, Naomi, or Rachel?
Gonna go with Naomi.
I honestly don't remember.
I don't either. Is that really from this book?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's at the very beginning. She couldn't have children.
Okay,
That's why.
Oh, yeah.
And then she gave Saul, when she finally got pregnant,
okay,
she gave
right.
Saul to Eli.
Sorry, it seems like forever ago.
I know. And it's only 31 chapters.
Right.
Okay, this is one where we don't get the answers till after we submit them.
Hey, that's fine.
Okay, just letting you know.
Okay.
What was Eli's job? Multiple choice. Priest, counselor, baker, blacksmith.
Eli. Wow.
She literally gave her son to...
Oh, he was priest. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm okay, really.
You're not awake.
No, I'm tired.
I know.
Tired.
You're not all here.
No.
Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Multiple choice.
Okay.
How did Eli die? He was shot by an arrow. He was poisoned. He died in his sleep. He fell off his chair.
Fell off his chair.
He sure as fuck did.
One of my favorite parts of the
I
book.
know. Number 4. Multiple choice.
Yep.
In the house of which god did the Philistines place the Ark of the Covenant? Dagon, Ashtaroth, Molech, or Beelzebub?
I think it was the first. What was the first one?
Dagon.
I think it was Dagon.
I'm pretty sure it was Dagon. Number 5. Multiple choice.
Yep.
In which city was the Ark of the Covenant given back to the Levites?
Okay.
Kiriath Jearim, Beth Shemesh, Timnath, or Mizpah?
What was the second one again?
Beth Shemesh.
What was the first one?
Okay. Kiriath Jearim, Beth Shemesh.
I'm gonna go with Beth Shemesh.
Okay.
At least that's my...
I want to say Timnath, but I don't remember any of them.
All right.
I could be wrong. Number 6. How was the Ark returned? Multiple choice.
I know this one.
Okay, what was it?
Cow.
Yeah. It was sent down the river in a boat. No. The Philistines carried it by hand.
Nope.
No. It was carried on a cart pulled by cows.
Yep.
That one. Or it was strapped to a chariot and pushed down a hill. Nope. It could have been, though.
Right.
Number 7. What did the people demand from Samuel? Lower taxes, a king, more psalms to be written, or a better army?
A king.
A king. Number 8. Which tribe was Saul from? Judah, Benjamin, Dan, or Simon?
Pretty sure it was Benjamin.
I think you're right. But it might have been Judah.
No, it's Benjamin.
Okay. Number 9. Which animals did Saul's father tell him to search for? You know this one.
Probably. Go, but read them off.
You don't know it?
Not like hardcore know it, no.
So you don't know it?
And not that I can... Just read them off.
Donkeys, pigs, sheep, or horses?
Donkeys, pigs, sheep...
You don't know it? I read it in the summary.
Is it sheep?
No, it's donkeys.
Donkeys. Okay.
I'm almost positive it's donkeys.
Okay, we'll go with donkeys then.
Yeah, stupid.
Sorry.
Number 10. Who besieged Jabesh Gilead during the reign of Saul? The Ammonites, the Hittites, the Moabites, or the Edomites? And you know what? I have no fucking idea because they are all the same to me.
No, yeah, right. Say those again. What was the choice?
Ammonites, Hittites, Moabites, Edomites.
I'm gonna go with the Ammonites.
Sounds good. Number 11. What did Jonathan eat despite Saul telling his troops that they were not to eat it until they were victorious?
Wasn't it honey?
Honeycomb. The choices are milk, lamb, honeycomb, and bread.
Okay, yeah,
Honeycomb. Yep. Number 12. Who killed Agag? Samuel, David, Saul, or Jonathan?
Agag.
I don't even remember who Agag is.
I remember the name, but I can't remember what he did. So what were the choices again, though?
Samuel, David, Saul, or Jonathan?
I'm going to go with Saul.
Okay.
Because if I don't remember it, it must have been earlier, right? So that's my thinking here.
Sure.
Okay.
I would have gone with Jonathan just because he's the
why?
odd one out.
No.
I don't know. Number 13. What job did David first do for Saul?
Harp?
Yeah. Here's your choices.
Yeah.
Gardener, chef, shepherd, musician.
Yeah, musician.
Yep. Number 14. How many shekels of brass did Goliath's coat of armor weigh? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000.
Let's go with 5,000. Sounds great.
I don't fucking care.
I don't know. Yeah.
Number 15. Complete this quote. Multiple choice.
Okay.
Saul has killed his thousands, but David his...
Tens thousands.
Yep. Your choices were tens of thousands, millions, hundreds of thousands, hundreds.
Got it.
But no, I'm pretty sure it was tens of thousands.
I know it's tens of thousands.
Number 16. What did Michael place in David's bed to trick Saul's messengers into believing that David was ill?
An idol.
No.
No?
To trick the guys into thinking that he was ill.
Okay, what are the choices?
You were right, probably.
I know.
A pig, an idol, feathers, or sacks of potatoes.
Yeah, idol.
An idol, yeah. You're right.
Where was your brain at?
I don't know. I'm tired too. Shut up.
Okay, all right.
Number 17. What did David do when he visited King Achish in Gath?
Go ahead and read the choices.
I thought you would know this. He pretended to be insane. He gave the king a gift. He offered him his friendship, or he killed the king.
He pretended to be insane.
Boy. Number 18. Where did David cut off the corner of Saul's cloak?
In a cave.
In a cave, in a forest, by a river, or under a tamarisk tree.
But cave.
In a cave, yeah. Number 19. Which of the following did Saul not turn to for advice towards the end of his life?
God. I don't know. What are the choices?
Dreams, prophet of Baal, a witch or medium, and a Urim.
A Urim? What the fuck's a Urim?
The Urim and the Thummim.
Oh, that's right. Say those again then.
Which of the following did Saul not turn to for advice towards the end of his life?
Okay, and what are the choices?
Dreams, which, yeah, he did. Remember, he was like, I've done my dreams, and I've done my lots, and I've done prophets of, I don't know, it's dreams, prophets of Baal, a witch or medium, and Urim.
Prophets of Baal?
I think that would be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did all the other things.
Right.
Okay, number 20. Where was Saul's final battle? Mount Moriah, Mount Hermon, Mount Olives, Mount Gilboa.
I'm going to go with the last one, Mount Gilboa.
That's the one I would have.
But I honestly don't know exactly.
I don't know either.
So.
Okay.
How do we do?
Hold on, I got to put in a name before I'm allowed to submit this.
Oh, man. Always with the names.
I know, right?
What the fuck?
Okay. Oh, we got number 1 wrong.
Damn it.
Who taunted Hannah about her inability to have children?
It was not Naomi.
It was not Naomi.
Naomi was in the book of Ruth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suck.
I let you have it, though.
Yeah, I know.
It was Peninnah.
Peninnah. Okay.
Okay, number 2, what was Eli's job? We got that right. It was priest.
Okay.
Number 3, how did Eli die? We got that one right. He fell off his chair.
That's easy.
I know. Number 4, in the house of which god did the Philistines place the Ark of the Covenant? We got that one right. It was Dagon.
Nice.
Number 5, in which city was the Ark of the Covenant given back to the Levites? We got it right. It was Beth Shemesh.
Awesome.
Good on you.
All right.
Number 6, how was the Ark returned? Of course, we got that one right.
Right.
It was carried on a cart
So
pulled by
easy.
cows. It's funny, they're either like totally easy or ridiculously hard.
Right.
Number 7, we got this one right. What did the people demand from Samuel? A king.
That one was easy too.
Yep. Number 8, we got this one right. Which tribe was Saul from? Benjamin.
That's all me.
That was all you. Number 9, we got this one right. Which animals did Saul's father tell him to search for? Donkeys.
That was all you.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't remember that one.
Yeah, well.
That one was easy in my mind.
Yeah.
Number 10, we got it right. Who besieged Jabesh Gilead during the reign of Saul? We guessed the Ammonites, and we got it right.
Well, I mean, I thought I remember them fighting them at one point, so that's why I was
They have fought all of these guys at one point.
Right.
I could have gone with any of them and still wouldn't care.
Right.
Number 11 we got right. What did Jonathan eat, despite Saul telling his troops that they were not to eat it until they were victorious? Honeycomb.
That was easy, too.
But you know what? The way they phrase that question, what did Jonathan eat, despite them being told not to?
Right.
That's
they
not
leave a
fair.
little bit out there, because,
he wasn't told not to.
Yeah.
I hate the way that question is phrased. He didn't disobey anybody.
It was also a ridiculous rule in the first place.
Yeah. Don't eat no honey. Like, why?
Right.
That's stupid. Like, it would make sense today because if we were told, hey, nobody eat honey because we're trying to help the pollinators survive, like, there's something to be said about why.
Right.
Today. Back then, it was just so fucking, don't step on a crack or you'll break your mother's back for no reason.
Right.
And suddenly it's true. What?
Yep.
Okay, we got number 12 wrong.
Oh, no.
Who killed Agag? It wasn't Samuel.
I didn't say Samuel.
I'm sorry. It wasn't Saul. It was Samuel.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
I get them mixed up. We guessed Saul, but it was actually Samuel.
Okay.
Number 13, we got right. What job did David first do for Saul?
That
Musician.
was easy. Yeah.
Number 14, how many shekels of brass did Goliath's coat of armor weigh? You got it right. It was 5,000.
I just picked the highest one because I'm like giant.
Yeah,
okay,
why
whatever.
not? Number 15, we got right. Complete the quote. Saul has killed his thousands, but David his...
I mean, tens of thousands. It's a famous quote.
It's a famous quote. We all know it.
Come on now.
I mean, is even Saul a prophet now?
Right?
Number 16, we got it right. What did Michael place in David's bed to trick Saul's messengers into believing David was ill? What was it?
An idol.
An idol. I apologize.
That's right. Yeah,
I bow to your superiority on that one. Number 17. What did David do when he visited King Achish in Gath? He pretended to be Looney Tunes.
Did we get it right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Number 18. We got this one right. Where did David cut off the corner of Saul's cloak?
That was easy.
In a cave.
Right.
Number 19. We got it right. Which of the following did Saul not turn to for advice towards the end of his life? It was the prophets of Baal.
Okay.
And number 20 we got right. Where was Saul's final battle? Mount Gilboa.
All right.
We scored 18 out of 20 for a 90 fucking %.
Hell yeah, we did good.
We kicked that Bible's
That's
ass.
the best quiz we've done so far, I think.
I know, right?
Like, we usually miss a bunch.
We do.
We're like,
we suck at
thank
this.
God we passed.
Yeah.
Because, we didn't know shit.
Yep.
But this time we knew it.
We got an A.
Yeah.
Nice.
Must be paying better attention these days.
Well, the story was a little less confusing and more followable.
I guess, sort of.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so...
It was more of a story rather than random facts.
Right. That is true. But still a bad story.
Well,
and
yeah.
Multiple same stories.
Yes.
Ish.
So...
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so that's 1 Samuel.
That's 1 Samuel. We kicked that book's ass and we're done with it.
We sure did. And tomorrow, do we know what we're doing?
Tomorrow we are starting our book club.
Okay. Well, tomorrow you should all join us for our first episode of our book club. We're going to start back with, tomorrow's just the introduction.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to talk to you about Asimov's Guide to the Bible, and you picked up, husband, a hard copy of the book. It's 2 volumes in one because it was originally published as 2 volumes, the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Right.
And we're going to talk about the book, and we're going to talk about Asimov, and then we're going to read the introduction to the book. So if you want to follow along, go ahead and pick up your copy somewhere. And yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Okay, sounds like fun.
Whee!
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.